Do the people in your life meet your expectations? I'm talking about your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children, your boss, your neighbor. Do the people that you come in contact with the most meet your expectations? Today, we're talking about unmet expectations. This morning, I had a conversation that was with someone that was very close to me. And let's just, for this conversation, we're going to call him Bob. Bob has a problem because he's in a relatively new relationship, and he believes that the person he's in this relationship with is not as close, is not as affectionate, is not as intimate as they were initially. And he asked me, is something wrong with him? Why is this happening? Why is his expectations not being met? And my question to him was, why do you have those expectations? You see, expectations is a result of your history, a result of your experiences in life. It doesn't mean that the other person's expectations or the way that a person behaves or responds to certain things is what is not what you're used to. You see, we go into relationships, no matter whether we're talking about on the job or in a personal relationship, we go into these relationships with thoughts as to how a person should react to certain things, what they should do, what they should say, how they're going to respond. We have expectations on them. But the truth of the matter is, everyone's behavior happens because of their experiences or their history in life. That is going to determine how people respond to certain things. You know, I had the fortunate experience of spending 7 days in the Ritz Carlton Hotel on Manhattan, across from, the park in New York City. And it was an amazing experience. Every time you get up out of your bed and say, go brush your teeth, or just go to the restroom for something, it seemed like when you get back to your bed, room service that came in, they made up the bed. And when they make the bed, they make it up with what they call the heavenly bed. It's so heavenly, you just want to stay in it forever. And then when you leave your room and come back for the evening, when it's close to bedtime, when you get back there, it's like they already know what time you're going to get back there. They've turned the covers back, and the bed now has fresh linen on it again, and they put a little chocolate mint on your pillow. It's an awesome experience. It is 5-star service at this particular hotel. After that, every hotel I went to just did not measure up. Every hotel did not seem to meet my expectations, because this hotel had just knocked the ball out of the park. You see, when we don't get what we want, there's always going to be some degree of dissatisfaction. And that dissatisfaction is going to manifest in some form of the other. For example, in the workplace, if you're expecting to get a promotion and the person in the cubicle next to you, they end up getting the promotion. Well, you have the same time on job, you've been doing the same type of work, and you feel like your quality of work matches that person's, but he or she gets the position and you don't. Well, there was an unmet expectation. How is that going to reveal itself? How is that dissatisfaction going to show up? Well, hopefully, but possibly, hopefully not, but possibly that's going to show up in a poor quality of work. You might work a little hard, a little less, because you're thinking, well, I didn't get the job and I should have. And then there's probably chatter around the office that he got the job because he plays golf with the boss over the weekends or something like that. So there's going to be some dissatisfaction. And how are you going to show that? I hope you don't, but if it shows, it's going to show because there was an unmet expectation. You expected to land that job. How about around the house? One of your children come home with a B instead of an A. You expected that B. Well, subconsciously, you might show the next child a little bit more favor because you're somewhat dissatisfied with that child, not keeping in mind that the child that made the B, he only made the B because he went from geometry to calculus. It was a little bit harder, so he didn't do as well. But we were dissatisfied because we wanted that A, an unmet expectation. Unmet expectations are unique to our own history, our own experiences. Unless we share and communicate who we are, what we've done, just our history and experiences, we don't share those with our family, our friends, sometimes in some situations, if it's appropriate, even our coworkers, then they're not going to know our expectations. They're not going to know what we're wanting or needing in that relationship. The lesson is to talk, to express yourself, to share with the people that we're around every day, who we really are. Share some of our experience so then they will better understand how to satisfy us, how to meet our expectations. If you're in a relationship, with, your significant other, let them know about your history. Let them know about, your past challenges and your successes so that they'll know who you are, so that they can, strive and do a little bit better at meeting your expectations. On your job, let your employer know that you're hoping to see a promotion. You're hoping to be in a supervisor's position, within X number of years. That way they can now know what you're looking for and maybe guide you, coach you into that next position, or be able to explain to you, well, you're not going to get the promotion this time, but over the next X number of months, I want you to do X, Y, and Z to be prepared, or get in this course, this management class, so that you'll be ready for the next promotion. But if you don't let people know what your expectations are, it's going to be hard for people to meet that. All right, please like, subscribe, and share, and be blessed.